Shikanoin Heizou is a young detective from Tenro Commission. It is said that he is free-spirited, cheerful, as well as lively. From outside, Heizou might seem just like ordinary young man, but in reality he's the #1 detective that Tenro Commission has to offer. Not only he possesses a wild imagination, but he also has a mind of meticulous logic and reasoning, as well as his intuitions are quite extraordinary whenever it comes to solving cases. Whenever a crime occurs, his colleagues rely on the experience he has to help them out in the case, as they believe Heizou always brings in an out-of-the-box perspective and gets straight to the root of the case. People are impressed by his razor-sharp intuition, thinking that his ability and efficiency is literally godlike. But here we know that Heizou is quite smug, as he simply replies them with, "I don't know, maybe this is something that even gods can't do." Talk about ego. Heizou learned his fighting skills as well as a lot of the knowledge that he has from his dad. Now, Heizou does not really like to fight, but if a fight happens, well, let's just say he can easily kick some ass. He does get upset afterwards though, because he in general does not like to get into fights, but you know, if there's a fight, and Heizou is not backing down. In Heizou's youth, he was rebellious and he disliked following any rules whatsoever. Despite calling himself a detective and serving under Tenro Commission, it is a public knowledge that his investigations revolve around his personal principles, and sometimes they're quite unrelated to any governmental duty that was assigned to him. For Thoma, as well as for Sarah, he's not the easiest person to get along with. They think of him as quite a headache, and they believe that wherever he goes, trouble follows. Goro, although admires his investigation skills, he does not quite trust Heizou, and part of it is because Heizou belongs to the shogunate, and well, we all know how the relationship are between Goro as well as shogunate. Goro still got some battles to pick with them. Ayaka and Ayato admire the wit and insight that Heizou has. They both believe that no one should dismiss his talents just because he is quite unrestrained and just follows his own principles. Ayato has even gone a step forward to make a statement that the Tenro Commission is incredibly fortunate to have such a man with their ranks. For Kuki, Heizou straight up means business. Heizou gets intelligence from Kuki, and in turn, Kuki gets his favors whenever she has to bail someone out of the police station. And well, knowing what gang Kuki works for, I can imagine that Heizou gets quite a lot of information and intelligence from Kuki. Kokomi, in one of her voice lines, revealed that Heizou once surprised her when he walked into Watatsumi Island just wearing the Tenro Commission uniform. He did mention right away to Kokomi that he was there just for the sightseeing and no shady business, but it sure caught Kokomi off guard because she thought that was too brazen for any samurai and too conspicuous for any spy from Tenro Commission. There must have been something that happened between Detective Sango and Heizou, because even though admitting that Heizou is the only person capable of understanding the train of thoughts that Detective Sango has, she has gone out of her way to publicize her disliking towards Heizou. She posted on a Batan Sango advertisement on a Hana Mizaka bulletin board, which is in Inazuma. She posted, and I quote, "Oh, by the way, do not believe that Heizou person who calls himself a detective. He's a liar and charlatan." Oh, by the way, I had to Google charlatan. That pretty much means fraud. Now, one might think that this behavior of Sango could be out of the rivalry because, you know, they both are detective. Nope. Sango straight up thinks that forget about competition, they're not even in the same line of work. But hey, it's not all bad. Kano Nana, who is a distant relative of Heizou, while she also knows that he doesn't like to abide by the rules and get himself in trouble, she just wants Heizou to be safe, she wants to take good care of him, but in order to do that, she needs to find him first, and she cannot, especially ever since he became a detective. Overall, all these people have very mixed feelings about Heizou, and all I know is, once that dude is out, there's going to be some chaos that's going to be following around. That's all I can tell. Ooh, and by the way, here are the voice lines of different Genshin Impact characters with regards to Heizou.
mean that sneaky detective that never seems to actually be working on a case? Well, no one from the Shogunate can be fully trusted, so I'll be keeping my eyes and ears on him. On a separate note, he does have some talent for investigation. But how can we know that this isn't all part of some nefarious scheme? Only time will tell, I suppose.
Mr. Shikanoin belongs to the Tenryou Commission, just like Miss Kujo. He is very principled, sometimes even more determinedly so than Miss Kujo. The only thing is, when it comes to the question of which matters should be governed by his principles, I believe only Mr. Shikanoin himself knows the answer.
Shikanoin and I may be colleagues, but I have few positive words to say about him. He seems preoccupied with his personal schemes, while official duties take second place. The only reason I have not sought to bring him into line so far is that his investigations deliver results. He is such a headache.
He is different from the other Doshin of the Tenryou Commission. I have yet to see him on patrol or apprehend anyone, and he occasionally comes to Mita by intelligence. In exchange, I asked him to put in a good word for me whenever I'm bailing people out of the police station. He gladly agreed. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. After all, getting the boys to keep their eyes and ears open on the streets is easy enough.
Initially, I was astonished to see anyone coming to Watatsumi Island wearing a Tenryou Commission uniform. A Tenryou Commission samurai would never be that brazen, and a Tenryou Commission spy would never be that conspicuous. Shortly after, I discovered that he was a self-proclaimed detective by the name of Shikanoin, and that he took no interest in military, government, or commercial affairs. Instead, he seemed to have arrived for a bit of sightseeing. As such, I set a few eyes on him, but refrained from taking any action to remove him from the island. Be sure to talk to him if the chance ever presents itself.
That guy is a detective for the Tenryou Commission. He seems to have his own way of doing things, not the easiest person to get along with. Also, any situation that involves a detective is probably not one that's going to end well. I think I'll keep on giving him a wide berth.